I've ridden in America for quite a bit of time in my life. But I will say one thing though. Coming to Spain and riding a motorcycle here is completely different. And honestly, y'all, in my eyes, it's way different than I expected it to be. And I'm going to explain to y'all why in just one moment. So some of the experiences I've had here since I've been in Spain, honestly, it really shocked me, and in a good way and a bad way. But honestly, I really didn't expect to like ride a motorcycle here in Spain, only because it's new and it's different for me. But we're gonna get into the details right now, so I can explain to y'all my experience between riding in Spain and riding in America. I'll be right back with y'all. All right, y'all. So the first topic we're gonna get into is roads. So I personally believe the roads here in Spain, once you get inside the cities and the smaller towns, they are definitely more narrow. Uh, a lot less space when you get inside the cities. But I will say, as soon as you get outside the cities, it does become very, very scenic. Very more, very, much more rural. A lot more rural areas between city to city here in Spain. Now, for America, I will say it is a lot more highways in America. It's not as scenic. Uh, I do believe the American roads are easier to drive on, in my opinion, but it's also because it's what I'm used to. So, as far as roads go, if I'm comparing the two, if I'm going for a scenic vibe, I will say Spain has a better scenic view than America. But if I'm going for like better road conditions, not as narrow, a lot more space, then I'm gonna say America is slightly better. But I'll leave that decision up to y'all. And we're gonna get into the next segment. Now, next topic is the bike culture. So I will say between Spanish motorcycles or European style motorcycles compared to American, it is on two opposite ends of the spectrum, like 100% different. So let's start off with Spain first. So Spain, you see your more adventure style of bikes, lighter weight bike, less CC normally, like GS 1000. The bike I have, which is a Vogue DS 500. You also see a lot of KTM here, and you also see a lot of Honda in Spain as well. But that don't mean they're bad bikes. They fit for the style of riding that Spain has. Now for America, you see a lot of Harley Davidsons, Indian, bagger style of bikes, a lot of Suzuki bagger. But I don't know the exact name for them, y'all. You see a lot of street bikes, and you see those things here in Spain too occasionally. But like I said, the highways and the more is better roads in America, and is I believe America is more made for that style of bike. Now here in Spain, you see the adventure style because a lot of the roads are dirt roads, or is gravel, or it could be muddy because during the winter months and during the summertime, it gets very dry here. And the adventure style of bike is best bike to suit you here because how Spain works is it goes from the beach to the mountains, then the land gets flat again, then it goes to the mountains again, and then you might be on a road where it's like dirt and mud. So you need more of a versatile bike. Unlike America is pretty much highways and roads that go everywhere. And you don't need to have a adventure bike unless you're doing an adventure bike kind of stuff, if that makes sense. But Spain, I will say the adventure style of bike is very popular here, and you do see some Harleys and some Indians as well, because they do have dealerships here. But in America, you're probably going to see your big bagger bikes for the highways, long adventure, long trips. Now, which one do I think is better? Do I think baggers are better, or do I think adventure style bikes are better? I don't know yet. It's too early in the video to tell, but let's go ahead and get into the next segment. All right, let's go ahead and get into rules and licenses, because this is a very important topic right now. Let's start off with Spain. So Spain, the rules and license is very tiered. So tiered as in like it's levels. So each step of your license, so you have A1, A2, then I can't think of the other ones. Hold on. Alright, yeah, back to what I was saying. So motorcycle license and rules and regulations, everything is tiered in Spain. So what I mean by tiered, so you have different levels based on what kind of bike you're going to ride, and each license is specific to the CC that you can ride here in Spain. Now let me break down the different type of licenses you have here in Spain. And I'm going to read off because I don't remember them all, and that's okay. So for Spain, you have your AM license, minimum age 15, and that's for 50 cc's, so more or less like a moped. For your next level is A1 license, a light motorcycle, minimum age 16, and that's for bikes that cover up to 125 cc maximum. Then you have your A2 license, which is like medium motorcycle, minimum age 18, covers up to 35 kilowatts or approximately 47 horsepower, or pretty much up to a 500 cc bike. Then you have your class A, which is full restriction free. That means you can ride any bike from 2 cc's all the way up to 1,000, 1,100, 1,300 cc's based on what type of bike you have. And then your class B is for holders with 3 years of experience, can automatically ride A1 class bikes, which A1 class bikes in Spain. And so those are the three categories that are categorized for rules and regulations here. So with that being said, it's a lot harder to get your license here in Spain than America. Now, let's move to the American side, rules and regulations. It's more freedom. When you take your motorcycle test, your driver test, and also when you get your motorcycle license at your local DMV, or if it's through the military as well, as soon as you get that license in America, you have a year to obtain your license after you pass that course, and it doesn't matter the CC of bike that you get. So literally straight from the safety course to getting your license, because in America every time you finish that safety course, it gives you the rider course instructor has a coded number that pretty much signs off and say, hey, you're available to get your license in whichever state that may be. Now in America, like I said, as soon as you get that license in that state, then you're able to go buy or purchase whatever bike that you want. There's no CC restrictions. It's no age restriction. The only thing you need to have is insurance, that safety rider endorsement, and paid for license, and a motorcycle that has state registration and past state inspection. That's all you need for America. So if I'm going to say what process is easier, America or Spain, America process is as easy as it gets in my eyes. Now, me being here in Spain, it's super complicated because all the restrictions and mitigations they have here, which is nothing wrong with that. But I'm just telling y'all my opinion to having to endure both. Now, let's get a question that we all have been waiting for. What do I prefer? Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. My first initial thought was go for what I know and pick the American side. But I will say this. The Spain perspective has changed my mind slightly, just a little bit. Like just a wee smidge. And I'm going to tell y'all why. So, overall, I do think getting a motorcycle is 10 times easier in America. And I love that aspect for sure. But I also do think some of the rules and regulations that they have here in Spain is good as well. So I'm having a hard time deciding because it's some good stuff that Spain has and some good stuff that America has as far as motorcycle goes. I like the motorcycle culture here in Spain because it's new to me and I love the adventure style of bikes, smaller bike, not as much, you don't need as much CCs because honestly the speed limit here in Spain is I think about 60 mile per hour, maybe 70 max. In America some places are 70, 75, so it's a little bit quicker. But I will say Spain has kind of deterred me to thinking like in some ways I think I like the Spain part better. But it's hard to choose because the American rules and regulations are so simple. I don't know. I'm torn. Yeah, y'all just give me a second to think. All right, y'all. So it's time to be honest. I can't make a decision. For being a guy that has ridden my bike here in Spain and then also ridden a bike in America, I don't think I have a actual answer. Only because I like both. Like I said, I broke down the difference between each category, and I can't decide, y'all. I think I'm just a guy that likes riding motorcycles, enjoying the experiences, and sharing them with y'all. And I think that's the most important lesson about this. Yes, I could do Spain versus America all day, but ultimately, whether I speak Spanish or English, or whether I drive in Asia or Europe or America, I think the main thing is the experience I could bring to y'all to show y'all like what it's like in comparison to what I know. But y'all put down in the comments what y'all think. Do you prefer Spanish riding or American riding? Or do y'all agree with my opinions? Either way is fine. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Now on Rage Day is out. Much love to y'all. Peace. And don't forget to tell your family you love them. Alright, y'all. I'm out. Much love.